Hello and welcome to another fun-filled nonsense retrospective. I'm your host as always, Rick, and joining me equally as always is Devon.
I was trying desperately to think of some kind of really poignant Dragon Age 2 themed greeting and then realised, fuck, there's not that many memorable lines.
Yeah, it's not like swooping is bad or anything. Like, the main thing I remember from Dragon Age 2 is the opening cinematic where, everyone looks really cool and then Hawke gets some blood splattered across their nose and that becomes their default appearance.
Can we just take 2 seconds before we dive in and say what we're doing and just be like, I think Hawke's armors, the armor on the box design is the fucking coolest and they knocked it out of the park.
It absolutely is. It's the one piece of DLC that I absolutely made sure to use. We'll get to that shortly. Yes, we're doing Dragon Age 2, and we're doing a little bit of a slow burn. We're going to walk through the prologue and recruitment today.
Yeah. So basically, we're doing the prologue, which takes, if you know what you're doing, it takes less than an hour of actual game time. And we're going to, as Rick said, touch a little bit on Act 1. The reason why we took so long to actually move on to Dragon Age 2, just to do a bit more preamble, if that's okay with you, Rick, is partly because we weren't sure how the fuck we were going to cut it up. Because, the game's cut into Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. But they're really big acts.
Yeah, they are. Like, there's so much side content that, and basically none of it matters. And suddenly, out of nowhere, you'll get this random piece of side content that really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things until you get to Dragon Age 3 and turns out, oh, this had, far-flung future repercussions.
Yes, choices matter, which is why it still boggles my mind, Rick, the way a certain section... I don't think it was what the majority of Dragon Age fan base was shouting, but it was certainly a vocal minority, being like, choices never mattered that much when Veilguard came out, and it's like, motherfucker, it's how they advertise the games.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree that a lot of the choices meant absolute dog shit fuck all, and they were very good at hiding the fact that choices didn't really matter all that much. But they didn't just go, your choices don't matter, shut the fuck up, nerd.
Yeah, the choices have always been part of the story. Like, even the very simple ones of, do I kill this person or do I recruit them? Like, that has a very obvious impact on you. But even if it's not something as simple as a recruitable character, it does. You've always been had choices in the questline variant that you take part on. Like, let's say the Mage's Tower is the big one. Like, do you kill all the mages or do you save all the mages?
Yeah, I mean, you're bringing up the Mage Tower. My brain immediately went to, do you want to help the elves in a good way, a bad way, or do you want to say, fuck it, murder them all and help the werewolves?
Yep.
And then you've got the dwarf subquest, the dwarf quest, which has, got 5 mini choices that culminate in one big choice.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, all of them have choices, and they all culminate in what factions you get in the end.
Exactly. Unfortunately, we had to skip over Awakening because Rick didn't really play it.
Yeah, I played to about maybe 2/3 of the way through. And I had all the characters. I was you couldn't really romance in that game, but that's fine. And I got to, I think I beat the Broodmother and got kidnapped by the Architect and stopped there.
The Broodmother fight in that game was horrible.
Yeah.
They really amped it up a bit. And all it was more or less was an arena change.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. We skipped over Awakening, but I think Awakening is the only quote-unquote game you can point to which doesn't have choices, but it does. They just really don't fucking matter in Awakening.
Yeah, in Awakening, your choices are basically, did you do enough to give yourself enough resources for the tower defense at the end?
Well, the one I'm thinking of that's the most egregious is the fact that no matter what you did in Awakening, Anders is here in Dragon Age 2.
Oh, yeah, because the first thing you do with Anders in Awakening is recruit him to the Grey Wardens.
Yeah, we could tell him to fuck off.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell him to fuck off, and alternatively, you can have him defend the place that you choose not to defend, and you didn't give enough resources to that place, so that place definitely fails and falls, and it's just cool, I guess Anders is dead, and he shows up here and he's like, haha, not really, tricked you. It's okay. But I suppose I suppose they do get a bit of hand-waving bullshit with Anders, what with the spirit stuff.
Yeah, because he's now housing Justice.
Yes, and that is his name throughout the game, and it doesn't change.
Yep. Man, it really does grind my gears that they assassinated 2 characters by turning them into new Anders.
The annoying thing is Anders is almost fine at the beginning of the game. He feels like Anders, but it's literally the end of his recruitment quest, which I suppose we'll get to, where it's like, cool, you can now see the exact moment where he stops being Anders.
Yeah. So yes, we're following the tale of the Hawk family, and we start... Well, it starts as a retelling, and the entire game is encompassed as a retelling.
Yeah, we meet Cassandra for the first time here, actually, don't we?
We do. We meet Cassandra. She's browbeating Varric over a table in massive shadows.
My favourite thing about this in retrospect is how fucking pissed she gets in Inquisition when it's revealed that Varric spouts so much bullshit, and Cassandra knows this and she still fucking eats it up.
She does. I like the idea that Cassandra is like actually one of his biggest fans.
Well, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Hard in Hightown, it's the other one that he does.
Yeah, the romancy one, yeah.
The one where Aveline is clearly not the main character, but she is.
Yeah. And the other thing is, because the room is so dark, and we don't see her until the end, the funny thing is that Leliana is there the whole time.
Yeah, but that does make for some weird stuff if you've got the Sebastian DLC.
Yeah.
Because she shows up, by the way, if you got... here's the thing, all cards on the table. I bought the Sebastian DLC really late, so much so that I'd beaten the game like 3 or 4 times by the time I played it. And I was like, cool, this actually adds nothing.
Yeah. I found a code for the DLC. Again, it's similar to me with Shale, that like I got the Sebastian DLC in the box, and I didn't look.
Oh, you fucking idiot. Here's the thing, I bought both Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 pre-used, and yeah, Rick's bringing up this code shit. We should probably explain for anyone who's under the age of like 18 or 20 or 25. No, 25 might be old enough to remember. Anyone who's not a millennial, basically. There was a real period of time where video game companies were trying to, like they still do it now, but to a lesser extent, they were trying really hard to crack down on secondhand game sales because they're like, you're eating into our profits, which has always been a bullshit argument. And
it was EA in particular. They had a thing called Project $10, where if they would make it so that something would cost an additional $10 and would sting people who were buying pre-owned games more than new sales.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, if you target the second-hand game market like that, you're gonna make more pirates.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, they're one of their big plans to combat second-hand game sales was to literally just include codes that had pre-order or DLC bonuses, and they were one-time use codes.
Dude, the worst was for Mass Effect 3 because the code for that was access to multiplayer.
Oh wow! Here's the thing: I pre-ordered that game, so I didn't know that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, mind you, like in Mass Effect 2, they used to do it so much with their fucking BioWare RPGs because I didn't have fucking Zaid for the longest time either.
Yeah.
And Zaid's fucking cool.
He is cool. He is cool. Although if I was choosing one to get for free, I would definitely choose Kasumi because she comes with an SMG that's really good.
Here's the thing, is I had Kasumi. I think they did that thing where the Xbox version of the game had Zaid by standard and Kasumi as the code, but PlayStation had Kasumi as standard, but Zaid with the code, which is a weird thing to do.
Yeah, it's what they did with Soul Calibur and Yoda and Darth Vader.
Yeah, but could you get the other one in whatever game you got?
Eventually. It was like a 4-month period where there was this blank slot on the character select screen that very definitely was the other character, but it wasn't until they finally released the DLC that you could just buy the other one.
Video games are weird.
Yeah, and you could play a Star Killer on both of them.
Well, yeah, because that was a universal release.
Yeah.
I forget which Soul Calibur it was, but there was one that had literally console exclusives because I believe you had Kratos on PlayStation, but you had Link on GameCube or whatever the fuck.
It was Heihachi on PlayStation, Spawn on Xbox, and Link on the GameCube.
Well, Xbox fucking won in that battle.
Oh, I don't know. Link was a really good moveset.
Oh,
but yeah,
no,
Spawn...
I know. Yeah, Link got super fucking banned, but so did every console-exclusive character. But, I mean, Spawn's cooler than Link and Heihachi combined as a character concept. Fucking who argues.
Yeah, like, he has more personality than, like, a third of the roster anyway.
He's voiced by Keith fucking David.
He is. Man, and then the McFarlane character. Sorry, was it Todd Farlane or Todd McFarlane?
Couldn't tell you.
But yeah, the original character that he made for Soul Calibur 4, sorry, for Soul Calibur 2 was Necrid, and that character was crap.
Okay.
But
anyway, should we move on from Soul Calibur talk?
Yeah, sure. everything is based around Varric's retelling of everything. So there are inconsistencies with what might have actually happened, which is fine. But the idea is that you get to play through his retelling, and sometimes it goes off the rails a little bit, and Cassandra tells him bullshit and makes him tell it right.
I mean, the time that springs to mind most specifically is when they're talking about dealing with, what's his name? Bartrand, there you go. So when they're doing the follow-up to that, and it's just like, why are you being weird about this? And it's like, it's my brother, and it's personal shit. Fuck off. Cassandra ain't having that shit.
Yeah. Because when you're playing as that, it automatically switches you to Varric, and he gets to one-hit kill everything, and you feel really awesome, and then it's only after like the 7th or 8th one that you go, wait a minute.
It's very funny, though.
Yeah. The other time that she calls bullshit is right in the opening.
Go on.
Because you have the tutorial where you've got a maxed out hawk.
Yeah, you do.
And you get the ability to just like unleash holy hell on the bunch of Darkspawn and an ogre as your tutorial. And for some reason, Bethany has massive tits. And yeah, Cassandra goes bullshit, and then he has to tell it right.
Yeah, so again, it's our first glimpse into Varric being not necessarily a bullshitter, but a storyteller. Like, who wants to... Usually you don't want to hear the nitty-gritty shit when it comes to a fantasy tale. So, of course, he embellishes and makes Hawk seem like a super ultra badass. But really later on, you can actually find Varric, or rather the Tethras family signet ring, and give it to Varric. And when you give it to him, you can have a little bit of a jokey answer of like, hey, when you tell this story, can you mention I got it from the belly of a dragon? And Varric's like, I will absolutely do that, and I'll even throw in a couple of werewolves.
Yeah.
Varric is a bard through and through.
Yes, absolutely. Like, if there were real bards in Dragon Age, and we're not counting Liliana because that's not a real bard, then it would be Varric.
Well, they seem to have changed the definition of bard to fit the narrative for Dragon Age, because bard is more of a specific class of assassin in Orlais.
Yes, it's Orlesian assassin specifically. Yeah.
But yes, we actually start in Lothering, which I don't know about you, Rick. When I first played this game, and they were like, it's a bit more nuanced than what I'm about to say, where they're basically like, we need to escape our home of Lothering, and just the Leonardo DiCaprio meme was of me pointing at the screen going, that place, I know that place, it gets fucked.
Yep. And it's basically already been fucked by the time you're trying to escape, which is why you're trying to escape. You get out with most of your family. I think Daddy Hawk has passed away quite a long time ago.
Yeah, Daddy Hawk's already dead. So you start out with yourself and Aveline as your main party, and I believe Carver and Bethany are also fighting with you. Yeah,
you basically got a full party. You've got Bethany, Carver, Aveline, and whatever you are. So yes. You don't need a rogue for this. That's fine. Carver is a sword and board fighter. Bethany's a whatever mage. Aveline's also a sword and board fighter.
I'm going to correct you slightly. Carver is two-handed.
Oh, is he two-handed? Okay, cool.
Because I assume he's two-handed specifically so that he doesn't take up the same role as Aveline.
Sure. Okay. And then whatever you do. So if you're a rogue, then you've got a full diverse party, but you don't need it.
Rogues are a bit weird in this game. I'm just going to come out and say it because they really dumbed down the weapon system in this game. Let's not beat around the bush there.
Yeah, you've got like sword and board or two-handed for warrior. You've got archery or dual wield for rogue, and you've got your different styles for mage. And even those are not really different styles. It's just you got your stick and you cast your different spells.
It would have been really cool, wouldn't it, if you could have chosen your casting style as a mage. And I only bring that up because in Inquisition, Dorian gets shit on for adding extra twirls and extra steps to his mage casting, and I think both of the other mages pick up on it, but Solus is like, you can cast your spell a lot more efficiently if you don't do that. Dorian's like, yeah, but what's the point?
Yeah, and he also goes into a little bit more reasoning for, but also by wasting this amount of energy, I can then recapture it with a barrier, reflect it, and use it as an additional, like, post-sizzle sparkle. And
Dorian is the definition of style over substance when it comes to casting magic, is all we're saying.
Yeah, and Solus goes, actually, that is rather smart. But,
I think that's Solus just backing down. Did I say... what's his name? Because Helluvaboss has fucked me up.
It's Solus, not...
It is Solus. Cool, I did that right.
I think you did say Solus and not Stolus. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, cool. That's going to happen. Because guess what? Stolus is much more of an interesting character than Solus ever will be.
Oh, no.
Well, Solus sucks. That's all I'm saying. He was interesting for all of 5 minutes, but then you get a better, shinier mage.
Yeah.
As I was saying, I think that was Solus just backing out of the argument because he realised that if I continue this, he won't shut up.
Yeah, this is true. And yeah, you fight some Darkspawn, and a couple of your characters get a little bit fucked up. Was it Wesley, Aveline's husband?
It rings a bell. I can't remember his name. It doesn't really matter what his name is. He fucking dies here no matter what you do.
Yeah, he immediately dies. And so does the Hawk sibling that is the same vague kind as you.
Well,
so
are you a
Bethany
mage
dies.
or are you not a mage? That's what the question is.
If you're a mage, Bethany dies. If you're not a mage, Carver dies.
And here's the problem with this game. They make Carver so fucking unlikable.
Yeah, because he don't like mages. He's got a chip on his shoulder because Daddy Hawk was a mage, and obviously you're a mage if you get to keep him, and so was Bethany. So he's got a chip on his shoulder about not being one, and he hates them, and it's so difficult to like the guy. And your two options, really, later on are you either take him to the Deep Roads and either he dies or becomes a Grave Warden, or you leave him behind and he joins the fucking Templars.
Yeah, here's the thing. Bethany joining the Major Circle makes a bit of sense. It's a bit annoying, but you can kind of see the rationale. Carver joining the Templars is fucked no matter how you slice it.
Yeah, it's just like you're a Jewish family and your brother went to go join the Gestapo.
It's not that. It's not that. Do not dare compare it to that.
It is like your brother going to join the Gestapo, though. It's
not really, because he doesn't turn you in or anything. But here's the thing, Rick, is we're talking about a game where we still have Cullen, and Cullen is super vigilant against fucked up Templar shit because he was a fucked up Templar in Dragon Age Origins. A lot of people like to hide that under the rug, but it's true. But
he's the only one. There's him and there's one other guy that are non-evil Templars.
Named.
Yeah.
And actually a lot of the Templars in Origins are super fucking reasonable compared to Dragon Age 2 Templars and beyond. Like, they have an entire fucking coup with demons running around, and Gregor just ends it by saying, Tower's back, Irving's fine.
Yep.
Let's kill the fuckers who are possessed and then move on with our lives.
Yeah, true. Yeah, the Templars in 2 are really difficult to enjoy and like.
And it's actually detrimental all the way to Inquisition because, okay, here's the thing. In Inquisition, I picked the Templars for my first run because I was like, what the fuck's up with these fucks? Why are they like this? But most people are going to stay away from the Templars because they get such a bad rap, specifically from this game.
Yeah. I actually think the mission for choosing the Templars is actually more compelling.
Of course it is. It's actually way more interesting than time travel bullshit.
Yeah, time travel bullshit that just gets erased by you making it not have happened.
Yeah, I think it's got more of an. Here's the thing. I can understand why people would enjoy the mage one a bit more because we're getting way fucking off topic, by the way. I can see why people would enjoy the mage one more because it shows you what the consequences of your actions will be if you fuck up. However, it's a video game. We all know what happens if you lose.
Yeah, baddies win.
Yeah, we should probably try and not talk too much about the future game.
Yeah.
Singular.
Yeah, your people get fucked up. We get to see the downside of Darkspawn in that when people get infected, they die. So bear that in mind for later when you need to go fight Darkspawn in future.
Yeah, but don't worry about that because you're playing the main party in a video game, so you guys are never going to have to worry about this except for when you do.
Yeah, and when you do, better make sure you have Anders.
It's bad. It's real bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad if it's Bethany. It's not so bad if it's Carver. It's like, Carver, you're gonna die down here. It's like, oh no, really? It's like, yeah, there's nothing we could do. Anders is there. Yeah, no, they're too far. But yeah, it's I do absolutely fucking enjoy the trend, at least the first 2 games, where the final boss, quote unquote, of the tutorial is just an ogre.
Yeah.
And yeah, you get a gnarly cutscene of. Here's the thing about this cutscene that kind of bugs me, because Carver getting whacked here with his heroics makes sense because he's a warrior. Bethany getting whacked makes no sense unless she's a fuckwit.
Yeah, why are you that close?
Yeah. Aveline's right there. She could take a fucking punch.
Yeah.
God damn, could she take a punch?
She can. But once you've said your goodbyes to the people who are very definitely dying and need to get put down before they turn into zombies, you get rescued by a very, very, very upgraded super MILF.
Yeah. I don't know why they did the design change for Flemeth here. I don't hate it, but I liked when she was just a fucking crazy old woman.
I really like her redesign.
Yeah, of course you do. You're a pervert.
Yes.
It's fine. I'll lech over the crazy old hag in the swamp. That's fine by me. We can have our differences.
Yeah. Yeah, so Flemeth is now Maleficent and can turn into a dragon.
Okay, she could do that in Origins. You just don't know that unless you fight her.
Yeah, she turns into a dragon if you fight her, and I think the implication is that she leaves and leaves the dragon form behind. Because even if you kill her in Origins, she's here now.
Well, yeah, like Flemeth is full of trickery and bullshit, and I've got to be honest with you, I never kill Flemeth. Even when I'm romancing Morrigan, I just go up to Flemeth and she's just like, "Can just pretend you killed me, I'll fuck off." And I'm like, that sounds like a sweet deal.
Yeah, and I felt like I had to kill her.
Here's the thing, though, is according to future games, my decision was correct.
Yeah, totally. Like, in hindsight, yes. But when all we had was Dragon Age 1, I felt like, if you just leave, you're going to come back and take my boo.
Yeah, but I didn't think for a moment she'd actually do that.
You had more faith in the very definitely non-good coded witch than I did.
I mean, yeah. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I'm level 20 now, ish. Pretty sure in the post-prologue, if you come and attack me and Morrigan, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Try and attack me and Morrigan and our Darkspawn demon baby.
Yep.
Oh, what a letdown that whole saga was.
Yeah. I do like how the demon baby is voiced by Claudia's actual son as well.
Fair do. And
I think his name is Odin.
Doesn't make any difference to me.
No.
Yeah, we kind of get... While I do like the parallel of Ogre being the big boss of the prologue for both games, I don't like the parallel of, oh god, Flemeth is a Deus Ex Machina 2 times in a row.
Yeah. If it weren't for Flemeth, then you'd be fucked again.
If it weren't for Flemeth, the world would be killed... Well, the world would be destroyed by the Darkspawn Blight bullshit, and Hawk wouldn't get to fucking... what's the place called?
Kirkwall.
Fuck me, how did I forget that?
Yeah. Like, I think you mentioned it in the past that if they didn't call it Dragon Age 2 and just called it Dragon Age Kirkwall, people wouldn't have been so down on this game in general.
Well, it's a very weird one, because we've both said this, but in different ways.
Yeah.
I maintain that Dragon Age 2 is a great game. It's a very fun game. It's not a Dragon Age Origins sequel.
Yeah, totally. Like, I think Awakening is just as much of a sequel as Dragon Age 2 is. It's just that Dragon Age 2 is full length, whereas Awakening is not.
Yeah, Awakening is like 20 hours, and that's if you really do everything.
Yeah, Dragon Age 2 is like minimum 40 if you do everything.
Oh god, Awakening has a fade sequence in it, and I fucking hate them. They're so fun if you don't want all the free stat points, but you're losing so much if you don't get the free stat points.
Yeah, the good old mods of skip fade.
I didn't play on the PC!
Yeah, I play on Xbox as well, so don't worry about it. Actually, I played Dragon Age 2 on the PS3.
That's weirder.
Yeah, so I couldn't import like my save file or anything.
That's fine, it doesn't change much.
Nah. Yeah, all it changes is like at some point Alistair shows up, don't he?
Not in 2.
Does he not?
No, Nathaniel shows up.
Okay, so Nathaniel shows up, and there's a bit where Zevran shows up as well, isn't he?
That's true, but I think that's a default setting.
Sure. Yes, it's default. So the default is that Zevran has lived.
Yeah, the default is not that Nathaniel does, though.
Right,
if you play with the default settings, you have to do some bullshit for some dwarfs instead of some bullshit for Nathaniel.
Yeah.
So you still get the quest, it's just not as cool.
Yeah, and when you're saving your sibling, if you've got Nathaniel alive, it's Nathaniel. Otherwise, it's Stroud.
I don't believe that's true, because Nathaniel shows up in a later act.
Okay.
Because he's searching for something in Kirkwall.
Sure, but like I'm thinking it's him down in the Deep Roads anyway, but yeah. Oh well.
You do a quest with him in the Deep Roads, it's just nothing to do with the Bethany joining the Wardens.
Sure.
And yes, I do say Bethany, because Carver never does.
Yeah, Carver can stay at home and become even more of a hate sink.
Sure.
But yes, we finally get to Kirkwall, and you need to raise enough money to get into the city. And this is your first chance to get some good guy, bad guy, or silly points.
You meet douchebag uncle.
You do, Gamlen.
Gamlen, that's it. Yeah. Gamlen is such a fucked up character.
Yeah, like, there are certain parts of his story that I kind of sympathise with, but...
It comes too late.
Yeah, it's so difficult to like him in general.
So, when you're trying to get in through the gates, the Templars are acting as, like, border guards for reasons unknown to man. There's a shit ton of refugees from Ferelden, trying to get into Kirkwall, and you say, hey, we've got family, and it's like, prove it. It's like Gamlen. I know Gamlen, but he's a drunk and doesn't have any money, so fuck off. But I can't remember. Do you have a little fight here?
There are fights that you can have. So I think one of the fights is do you fight for the mercenaries and like work properly, or do you fight for smugglers? But either way, there's a fight properly.
I don't think that's correct, because isn't it literally just you speak to both groups and you either join one or you don't, or you join the other?
Yeah, you got to join one or the other, and I think they both have you do a fight as like way to prove yourself.
I'm just looking up something in an FAQ quick because I can't remember.
If it's correct that there is a fight before you get in.
So yeah, one of them is you have to assassinate someone, which I don't remember doing, so I'm just going to assume I never did that. And the other one is you basically act as muscle for someone, and you don't have to fight actually if you do this route, because you can just roll an intimidation score.
Sure.
Or apparently it says here you could just get Aveline to be fucking Aveline.
Yeah, it probably gives us some disapproval.
It doesn't say. Like, I literally just looked up something on GameFAQs, which I will not make a habit of doing, but I'm like, I generally can't remember having to do a fight here. But yeah, Gamlen has some shady friends, and you got to work with some of those shady friends, and as Rick mentioned, it's either I do remember it being either smugglers or mercenaries. This choice doesn't matter, it just affects the flavour of a mission in the next act.
Yeah, it's a little bit of mission flavour, and I think you get, like, a couple of naughty points or nice points.
I don't think it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, you are joining a criminal organisation, and Aveline is like, man, I really am not a fan of this, but we need to get in the city.
Yeah. And that said, also, naughty, nice, and silly are the three flavours of Hawk that you can spec into for your conversations. After having played Mass Effect to death, and having Paragon and Renegade, I thought, silly is new, so yes, I went for Silly Hawk.
So two things very quickly. First of all, I want to say I really enjoy how they wrote Aveline in this first part of the game, because she is lawfully good to a fault. However, she acknowledges that you're in a fucked up, desperate situation, so she goes along with the criminal shit just long enough to get you guys to safety.
Yeah, and then she breaks off and goes and joins the Guard.
Pretty much. The other thing I want to say is I also went silly because I think the silly dialogue choices are the best. However, this does hamper you slightly because unless you go good or dickhead, and Dickhead Hawk is a dickhead. Let's not beat around the bush here. If you go nice, you get some options where it's just like people know that you're a nice dude, so you can just go for a star option now, which skips encounters. And the same thing happens for Hawk is a ruthless bastard. If he threatens you, he means it. So click this option, boom. Silly doesn't get that.
Yeah, you don't get any skips. So you can have like a combination silly nice or silly arsehole, but like silly arsehole feels like a real flavor failure, whereas silly nice is you're mostly nice, but you're silly when you can afford to be, which feels like the template for the MCU.
If you say, I kind of get what you're saying, but
you know what I mean. Like yeah, you're a good guy, but when something funny happens, you look at the camera and go, "Well, that just happened."
I think you can encapsulate it best with Avengers 2, where right at the beginning it's Steve Rogers going like swear, and then Iron Man's like, "Are we just going to ignore that?"
I know Iron Man swears, and Steve Rogers goes language.
Yeah, that's more or less what I said. I just used the word swear instead of language.
Yeah, but Steve Rogers doesn't say swear. He goes, like, he's not the one that swears.
I'm not saying he's swearing. I'm saying he said swear, as in you swore. Swear. Stop.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing. I just, instead of saying language, I said swear.
Yeah.
Like kids do.
And it reminds me of my grandma. Like, she'd say bloody, bloody something, and then she goes, and that's swearing.
No, it fucking ain't.
Well, yeah, in the north it is.
I remember there's a Stephen Fry bit on QI where someone said to him like, "Oh, whenever my dad would want to swear, but it was around kids, like he'd hit his thumb with a hammer. He'd go, 'Oh, 7 hells and buckets of blood.'" And Stephen Fry went, "Oh, that's nice. My dad just said fuck." Just quite funny. But yes, you managed to wrangle your way in by effectively taking out a loan.
Yeah, and once you're in, the first person you meet after a bit of a time skip is Varric.
Yeah, it's quite a significant time skip because all of Dragon Age Origins happens between you arriving and this time skip.
Yeah, I think it's like at least a year, isn't it?
I think it'd be a year max, right?
Maybe.
But it always felt like Dragon Age Origins took less than a year.
It feels like it, but it's like a year of darkness tops.
Well, it's like they always mention in the quote unquote history books that the Blight barely even started.
Yeah, and yeah, you meet Varric in Hightown.
And he's it's right after trying to get onto the expedition, actually, because you speak to Bartrand initially, and he tells you to fuck off. We've got enough workers, and Varric says, "Well, we've got enough workers, but we still need money. So why don't you raise 50 sovereigns and then bish bash bosh, you're a partner?" And distinctly remember Hawk just being like, "Oh yeah, great idea. I just magically summoned 50 sovereigns. If I needed money, I wouldn't be talking to you."
But that said, it's actually a reasonable goal to work towards, because it also encapsulates the inflation between games, and also how much richer everywhere outside of Ferelden is than Ferelden. Because 50 sovereigns in Ferelden is like a quarter of what you make throughout the entire game.
And that's if you're doing everything.
Yeah, whereas you got to make that before the end of Act 1 in this.
And you will make it easily, by the way. If you do every single side quest, you'll be in triple digits, quite possibly.
Yeah.
And this is the last game that bothers to separate coppers, silvers, and sovereigns.
Yeah, they. It's really jarring when you go into Inquisition and everything is like super high numbers, and I'm like, if I had 40k in Origins, I could just buy Orzammar.
I was going to say buy not Kirkwall, Denerim.
Yeah. But yeah, after you get on with Varric, he then like starts hanging out in the Hanged Man.
Yeah, you can't really tell Varric no, but you can fuck up and not get 50 sovereigns by the end of the chapter by spending too much of it. In which case you have to get a dirty loan from another dwarf who got turned down.
Okay, I've never done this.
Well, no, neither have I. I just know it exists because I remember reading it ages ago in an FAQ because I was curious because, you know, gold is a spendable resource. What happens if you fuck up and spend too much? I can't remember the dwarf's name. I can't remember much. I just know that first of all, you have to approach him without Varric in the party because Varric says, "Nah, this guy's fucked. Don't deal with him." So you go meet with him and he basically just says, "Here's 50 sovereigns. I want my share of the profits when you come back."
Okay.
That's all it is. It's basically the devs being like, players might be idiots, so let's put a way to have them still progress, which in theory you shouldn't be able to get the noble status and whatnot. Well, actually, I suppose it wouldn't be too big of a deal because Bartrand's share would have come up before you come up.
Yeah. The next one is you get to re-recruit Aveline by going to meet her at the Guard.
Yeah, you're saying re-recruit, but it really is just a conversation.
Yeah. She's now a permanent companion after this. You'll be asked to help with Guard duties in general, but it basically only comes up as like character quest.
Yeah, and they're fun ones, but I think we'll approach the chapter 1 when we do chapter 1 proper.
Yeah. And you get to recruit the others now that you're set loose in the town. You get to find Anders at his clinic.
This is a main quest.
Is it main quest?
It is.
I suppose it would have to be, yeah.
Because you need Anders to get to the deep roads.
Ah, yes. Yeah, you need Anders for the deep roads. Isabella and Merrill are basically optional.
No, Isabella and Fenris are optional because you need to do Merrill's quest because Merrill's quest takes you to the top of the mountain where you do the locket stuff that you promised to do Flemeth.
Right, okay. Yeah, so, there we go.
Isabella and Fenris are optional. Isabella is not optional in chapter 2 because she's plot relevant. Fenris, you can tell to fuck off in chapter 1 and he'll never show up again. And
then Sebastian exists. Apparently you can leave Sebastian till Act 2. It's super silly.
Okay, behind the scenes story time, guys. Rick mentioned Sebastian while we were doing our preamble bullshit and just shooting the shit, and I went, I've not written anything down for Sebastian because I forgot he existed.
Yep.
Sebastian fucking sucks.
My first playthrough happened without Sebastian. My second playthrough started, and Sebastian was an option, and I don't think I got far enough because I was a Nasty Hawk, and Nasty Hawk sucks as well. So, I've basically not encountered Sebastian outside of YouTube shorts.
I haven't... Listen, Sebastian is such a nothing character. The only good thing Sebastian has going for him is he's a bow and arrow rogue, which means all those bow and arrows that you pick up, you can actually do something with, unless you're a bow and arrow hawk.
Yep. Yeah, if you're a rogue hawk, you can use them. Otherwise, they're completely useless.
They're so useless, it's funny.
Yeah.
Because, again, in this game, unlike in Dragon Age Origins, where you can respec anyone into anything, well, within reason. Alistair still has to be a warrior, for example. But, in this one, everyone's got set weapons, which means it doesn't matter how much you want to give Isabella this fancy new bow, she refuses to use it. She uses twin weapons.
Yeah, and obviously your mages just use the sticks. Yep. And,
I I will say, one of the DLCs I did enjoy once I got it was there's a DLC that gives you effectively weapons that level up throughout the game with you. So they scale with your character level. Now, I'm not giving it props for being that. I'm giving it props because the dual weapon one was a pair of axes, and they looked really fucking cool.
Oh, sweet. I didn't see this one. Is this the one that gives you the same weapon, the traditional hawk armor?
Probably. I just wanted to bring it up because I remember getting those 2 axes, and they looked cool. And it was one of the few reasons why I was tempted to have a rogue hawk, and then I went, nah, fuck it, I'll just give him to Isabella.
Yeah. I really like the traditional hawk armor on a mage because it makes you look like a real battle mage. It's really cool. Like with that metal claviguard that you've got.
Yeah, and it's important to note that this armor that we're speaking of does change slightly depending on your class.
Yeah, you've got it's got the general design aspects, and it gets repurposed depending on what class you are. You've always got the claviguard because that's kind of like the signature hawk thing. I think the idea is that it's big enough to put a book in there.
Okay.
So you can be like a church militant and just like have your your Space Marine Bible in there or whatever. But yeah, it just looks so cool. And the one for Hawk, I believe, was like a bladed staff polearm kind of thing.
The one for Hawk.
Yeah, for Mage Hawk.
Okay, but we were just talking about there's different ones depending on what class you are, and then you just went the one for Hawk. They're all for Hawk. I said first.
Yeah, they're all for Hawk. I mean, yeah, for the leveling weapon for Mage Hawk was the bladed polearm staff.
The annoying thing is whenever I play, my canon Hawk in my head is a 2-handed warrior.
Sure, so you can stand beside Aveline and not be redundant.
It broke my fucking heart that Aveline was not a romance option.
Yeah. When it comes to romance, anyone that's romanceable is romanceable by any gender.
Yeah, that's fine. Like, I give games some shit for this because it's not believable, but then on the flip side, playing a fucking video game.
Yeah. The fun one with Anders, actually, is you get to meet the guy who essentially was his first bisexual experience, but it only comes up if you're also a man romancing him.
Is that not literally this quest that we're talking about now?
It might be.
Well, again, the quest to recruit Anders is he goes, yes, I will help you get to the Deep Roads if you do something for me first. And,
yeah,
that's incredibly reasonable. He wants to help free his friend, who I want to say is called Carl, but I might be making that up.
Sounds about right. Just to kind of like untranquil the tranquil man.
He doesn't know he's tranquil.
Yeah, doesn't know he's tranquil yet. And then he comes across him, and he's been tranquilized, and it breaks his little Anders' heart.
Yeah, it gets worse than that, doesn't it? Because Anders doesn't reveal this to us by choice. He reveals that he is actually possessed by justice, and that's how we learn that we've got 2 awakening characters in one, and they both suck in this version. He reveals his justice powers, which gives the tranquil just enough juice, lucidity, as it were, to break out of it and be like, I don't want to live like this, dude. Can you kill me? And Anders is just like, why are you asking me to do this? And everybody who's played any Dragon Age is like, because being a tranquil fucking sucks, brother.
Yeah. Don't let me go back to being autistic. Just kill me now.
It's not autism. Don't say that. Don't say that people with autism should kill themselves. That's horrible.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that living without emotions is no way to live.
But you just said autistic instead of saying what you just said, and that's not okay. Like, I know we like to make jokes, but come on, man, listen to what you're saying sometimes.
Yeah. So yeah, you get to. Do you have to do it yourself to like kill him?
No, Anders does it.
Anders does it. Okay.
Because again, it's such a good scene. Like, it's a basic bitch scene because we've all seen stuff like this before. The character gets thing to happen to them, and they're like, take a zombie movie for example. Someone gets bit and they're like, don't make me become one of those, and their best friend has to put them down. That sort of thing. It's been done a million times, but it always fucking hits you.
Yeah. So we've got Anders. That's part of the main story. Fenris, very optional.
Incredibly optional. I think it's incredibly optional, except the amount of money he offers, or the amount of money you get from the quest is not insignificant.
Yeah. Most people hate whatever you say in this quest, no matter what. Apart from Varric and Isabella, think that it's a pretty good idea to bring him along.
Say that again, sorry?
Varric and Isabella like recruiting Fenris. Everyone else hates it.
Well, let me think. Chances are everyone else is a mage, and Aveline is super got the law stick up her ass. So
yeah, Aveline and Carver hate it no matter what.
Well, Carver's weird.
Because Fenris is in this weird position where he's the most magey non-mage because of how much Spirit Warrior stuff he does.
And
he's like inextricably linked to the Tevinter Imperium, despite the fact that he's an escaped slave.
Yeah, and I will say, if you do tell Fenris to fuck off here, even though Fenris is so not important to the plot, so much so that you can turn him away and there's no real consequences other than you lose a party member, his actual series of personal quests are arguably one of the more fascinating.
Yeah.
Especially at this point, because we know so little about Tevinter apart from Tevinter bad.
Yeah, and yeah, Fenris is just like so fun. I just really like him as a guy.
We're not gay for Belfear, damn it.
And also because I didn't have myself as a two-handed warrior, Fenris was a fantastic character to just switch to and just like do anime bullshit with.
Anime bullshit really is the word. Like I remember when Dragon Age 2 came out, one of the big complaints was the changing from the realistic, slow movements in combat to everyone's anime man now. But I don't really care.
Yeah, like Fenris was the real winner out of all that. If you're gonna have something feel actiony, and you have an actiony character to do it all with, then thumbs up.
Yeah, and I will say to this day, I still think it's weird that people were blown away by Varric's crossbow for shooting so fast. And it's like, we did have crossbows, and you could get pretty quick.
Yeah, and this is a custom one. And it's so custom that he's the only one that's allowed to use them.
Yeah, and he's banned from the archery contests in the Inquisition. Fenris is fun, as you say. I am remembering the punchline is machismo joke. Wait, was it punchline is machismo, or was it the rocket scientist lady? Either way, the joke was a female character in their art style pointing to Fenris and going, "Yeah, I'm basically with him because it's the closest I'll get to banging a kunari."
Yeah, that sounds like something that either of them would have said.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm struggling to even picture the art style, so I'm not sure which one it was, but it was very funny.
Yeah.
I say rocket scientist lady. Awkward zombie is who I think I'm thinking of.
Yeah, awkward zombie. Yeah. Yep. Meryl, nice crime you have around here.
Yeah, because you can't romance Aveline, and God knows I tried, Meryl is my go-to gal. There is a bit too much of a... I have to create a bit of a, mental... I'm trying to think of the word. Not distinction, but distance. I need to mentally distance from Meryl is adorable, and I wish to protect, and Meryl is a fucking menace because she's too stupid to know that blood magic is bad.
Both of these things are true.
Yeah.
You need to protect her from her own stupidity.
And it's tough.
It's like owning a puppy, I guess.
I don't think puppies would be dumb enough to do blood magic.
And your house is full of knives.
Here's the thing, Rick, is I'm remembering the very first, when she reveals that she is a blood mage, because you're going up the hill, mountain, whatever the fuck you want to... It feels like more of like a hill, but I think it's meant to be a mountain. You go up and there's a magical spirit barrier that no one can break, and then Meryl breaks it just like that, and it turns out she did it because we all saw her literally talk to a demon to break it, and it's like... And she insists it's a spirit, and it's like, it's not a spirit, we fucking saw it.
Yeah, it's just a spirit, and it's just keep a magic.
And she said, it did what we asked, didn't it? And it's like, they don't always do what you ask.
Yeah.
And she gets mad at you, and it's like, I don't care, I'm losing these friendship points with you because everyone in the world knows that you're stupid for doing this.
Yeah.
It's important to note, actually, very quickly, sorry to talk over you, that depending on what origin you picked in Dragon Age Origins, Meryl might not be new to you.
Yeah, she's a random... Well, she's randomly given to you as part of the Dalish warrior or rogue origin quest. She's had a bit of a glow up, and yeah. I mean, if you're talking about glow up, Isabella.
That's fair, but Isabella still at least looked like Isabella, just white in the first game.
No, she didn't. She just looked like a random NPC.
It's been a minute, man.
Isabella is at her best in this game. She don't look like herself in Veilguard.
No, it's worse than that. She doesn't act like herself in Veilguard.
Yeah, she doesn't look or act like herself. She's got the same name and same voice, and that's where it ends.
In Veilguard, it's literally the... I'm thinking of that children's book that everyone memes on, where it's like, don't forget, this is Isabella talking, don't forget, a good pirate never takes what isn't theirs. That's Isabella in Veilguard, and it's like, that's not fucking Isabella. What have you done to her?
No. Yeah, Isabella is all about the thieving.
And then you've got the... I'm only bringing this up now and going on this tangent because I think that Rick and I are probably not going to talk about Veilguard at length on the podcast. I say probably. We might do it if we get really bored or just want to depress ourselves. Fuck me.
Yeah.
But who knows? The thing that really drives me crazy is they use Isabella as the character to be all apologetic and grovelly about misgendering Tash, which it's not a bad message to give, but Isabella wouldn't give a fuck.
Nah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think Isabella would be malicious about misgendering Tash, because especially seeing as she likes them. But, I don't think she'd be all grovelly and shitty about apologising straight after. It just doesn't feel like Isabella. Just pick any other character for this shit.
Yep. Oh, well. But yeah, when I do the Meryl voice, I do get a bit ponty-pandy on it.
A bit.
Because they have decided to make all elves into Welsh people, apart from Fenris.
Incorrect. All the elves are Irish, except for Meryl, who's Welsh.
Man, okay.
Can you not hear that in their voices?
Okay, I may be conflating it with Fenris, who's also Welsh. Not Fenris, Solus.
Well, Solus is in a weird position because he's got a very subtle accent, if any.
Yeah.
It comes out when he's angry.
Yeah. His accent is more like that goth lady Raven, in that you only know that it's Welsh when you really listen for it.
I'm going to take your word on that one.
But yeah. So, Meryl, very cute, very dumb.
Listen, another reason why I know... First of all, I'm half Welsh. I've been around Welsh people. Shock horror, I know. So it means that I know what a Welsh fucking accent sounds like. I'll put it that way. And Irish is very distinct. And it's a very American problem, actually, in that they cannot tell the difference between Scottish, Irish, and Welsh. It's particularly egregious when they fuck up on a Scottish accent, because that is very distinct.
Yes, it is. Then again, they also can't tell the difference between... I'm calling it British. It's meant to be an English accent, but it ends up as being the fake British accent that they end up doing. And Australian.
Oh, what, you mean the posh one?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you get that mixed up with Australian?
Yeah, they can't tell the difference between anywhere between received pronunciation, posh accent, Cockney, and Australian. And I don't know how they mix these up.
No, neither do I, man. I will say, I think, don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect with accents either. I always struggle with Australian and South African.
Yes.
They are very similar to me.
I feel like South African is even more similar to the New Zealand accent.
The really funny thing about South African is there's an Australian comedian and he goes, now I know some people confuse Australian with South African. Australian sounds like this, and it's just him talking his normal voice, and South African is the same, except they're terrible people.
Oh boy. Oh.
You can't deny that's not funny.
It is funny. It is funny.
Might be slightly
typecasty.
Sure, we'll go with that word.
Yeah.
But yeah, even when it comes to American accents, like a lot of the southern ones sound very similar to me.
Yeah, like it's a basic bitch TV accent. It's a southern accent, or it's Boston.
Boston is
Joe Quimby.
Boston is funny though.
Yeah, it's just Joe Quimby.
Oh, jeez, yeah, no, I like that shit. That's funny.
Yeah.
But I'm giving Americans a bit of slack because I appreciate that. While to me and Rick, if you confuse a Scottish accent for any other accent, you're a fucking moron. But I can't tell the difference between Georgian and Alabama.
Yeah.
Alabama.
Yeah, like apparently for people that know what an actual Texan accent sounds like, Callie is super Texan. But when she's not putting it on, she just sounds like standard American to me.
Well, the annoying thing is like the Texan accent is almost like the native American accent to me because of how much fucking Rooster Teeth I used to consume.
Yeah.
But then you realise that Jeff is from Alabama, so it doesn't, again, it's just like generic Southern.
Yeah, there's City Texan, which is kind of generic Southern, and there's like deep Texan, the one where oil becomes almost like Earl.
You're talking about like fucking. I'm just thinking of the rich Texan from The Simpsons now and the way he talks.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I was going to say we're well off topic, but it's all came because of like Meryl's voice, so I guess we're still on brand.
Yeah, including the punctuation that includes him shooting guns into the sky, and then he has to have them replaced with blanks, and it doesn't feel the same.
I do like the one where it turns out he's got OCD, and he fires them into the air and goes 1, 2, 3, 4 with his foot, and then fires again.
Isabella.
Well, hang on a minute. Should we deal with the end of this quest line? Because before we actually recruit Meryl proper, we do get to the top of the mountain. We do the little ritual and we free Flemeth.
We do, and it turns out Flemeth was in the locket all along.
Yeah, and she hasn't lost any of her like barbs, because the first thing she says is, I've suspected that you would have pawned it as soon as you could. And if you're Joke Hawk, you can respond with, well, I tried, but I guess they sensed there was an evil spirit inside it.
Yeah, but yeah, meeting Keeper Marithari is also part of this. Like, you get to meet the like all the Dalish that Merrill is part of, but also apart from. So the more that you interact with them, the more it stings later on.
This is true. This is very true. But yeah, Merrill actually, I believe, asks Marithari for permission to leave, and Marithari has been like, "We're not strict. You can fuck off whenever you want."
And by the way, I'm already the keeper. We don't need another one.
Well, to be fair, they are meant to have seconds, aren't they?
Yeah, I think Merrill is essentially being groomed to be the second and to be the successor.
Yeah,
but
that fucking
we all
works
know,
out wonderfully, doesn't it?
Yeah, we all know that that's not going to go well.
Yeah. After this quest, you can find her in the alienage, because I believe she even tells you the reason why she moves to the city is she wants to see how city elves are treated. And despite seeing nothing but horrors and awful shit, she's still so optimistic about things.
Yeah.
Oh shit, and she keeps that shard of the Alluvian as well, because she starts rebuilding it, doesn't she?
Yeah, she starts rebuilding it under the tutelage of a demon.
Yeah, that's not dangerous.
Yep.
I think it's one of the reasons why she keeps her house in the alienage, even if she moves in with Hawk, because it's like, I can't keep this in his house.
Yeah. But yeah, you get, after you've done Anders' recruitment, you can go to the Hanged Man and you get a guy called Lucky who's browbeating Isabella.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, so this is where you get to recruit Isabella.
Yeah, I don't remember how this quest goes.
She is very fun. I like Isabella. Apparently, you get the Bodice Ripper as something that you get from the guy that you beat at the end.
I will say I do remember the name of that weapon, and it's only now that it's dawning on me on how fucking horrible that is as an implication.
Yeah, and it's good that Isabella gets possession of it rather than the guy that it came from, because Isabella likes consent.
Yeah, it's not hard for her to get consent from people, to be honest.
Yeah. Isabella will bang all your waifus, but only when they're consenting.
There's a very funny part later on in Act 3. I know we're jumping slightly, but it still makes me fucking laugh, because you find that fucking deadbeat mage drinking in the Hanged Man, and it's like, listen, I just want to have sex, and then I'll go back to the tower. I'm gonna fuck this barmaid. Honestly, I just need one more day. And you're like, I don't know if I can wait a day. Isabella, will you fuck him? And she just goes, no. And it's like, and it's a mind-shattering moment where you're like, fuck me, you have standards.
Yeah, she does.
Poor fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't move away from this conversation. It's right in front of him.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
man.
She's free to say no, but could she have not gone, immediately?
Man, it's one of the most British sounds, isn't it? Just,
it's so funny. And Isabella fucking trying to teach Meryl anything, and Meryl just being too innocent to get it.
Yeah, just in general, it's so cute. Like, she's trying to bring Meryl to some degree of adulthood in all of this, but it never sticks.
There is a scene, and I can't tell you what act it is, where you see the two of them playing cards, and Meryl hands over not a priceless bracelet, but a bracelet that means a lot to her, and she just goes, "Oh, how come you always win?" And Isabella's like, "Because I cheat."
I cheat,
and if you played Origins, you'd know this.
Yeah, and also this is when she just gives it back and goes, yeah, you really shouldn't have bet something that actually meant something to you."
Yeah, the exact wording is literally never bet something you're not willing to lose, which is good advice in general.
Yeah, doubly so when you're betting against someone who is a known cheater.
You just shouldn't bet against Isabella unless it's strip poker, in which case you're gonna win no matter what, if you lose the game or not.
Yeah.
But I do remember some dialogue about Isabella talking about her pirate captain days and being like, you're away on long voyages across the sea with nothing but men, so of course I insist that every member of the crew gets some quality alone time. And Meryl just goes, "Oh, they're already alone, why are you forcing them to?" And Isabella's just like, you know what, I'm just not gonna break this puppy quite yet.
Yeah, her follow-on from that is that she makes absolutely sure not to have relations with any of her crew, because once one of them's seen your ass up in the air, then you're never going to get respected again, apparently. I
mean, I could see that being a real problem.
Yeah.
And, like, they make it no secret that Isabella is proportioned in the best ways.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter what part of the anatomy you most enjoy, whether it be tit, hip, arse, Isabella's got it.
Even a pretty face. She definitely has that, too.
Sure.
But yeah, she was described back in the day as Jack Sparrow with H-cups.
I don't think she's that big.
She's rather large.
I think she just looks bigger because she's so live otherwise.
Yeah, maybe so. And,
this is a conversation we're actually having on the podcast.
And this vanishes by Veilguard.
I don't even remember what she looks like in Veilguard because I refuse to play that game anymore. I beat the game. I've continued the trend of I've 100%ed every single Dragon Age that I've played. I haven't done all the DLC for Origins, but fucking I don't want to play Leliana's backstory.
Yeah. and yeah, Sebastian exists. Crossing him off.
Sebastian exists. I don't think you can actually recruit him until Act 2. Like, I think you can interact with him in Act 1, but he tells you that, yeah, I'm off doing Secret Prince stuff. Because isn't this whole storyline that he's meant to be not the king, but like the ruler of Kirkwall?
Yeah, well, he's the estranged Prince of Starkhaven.
Right.
And if you go pro-mages in the ending, then he sours your pro-mage ending by saying, well, I'm going to bring all of my guys and have a divine march, which was going to be a DLC or even like the plot of Dragon Age 3, and then they were like, nah.
It does happen in Dragon Age 3, though.
It does, but it's a table mission.
Yeah, it's a table mission, and you get to feel really good about the fact that Aveline is always going to be like a champion of good, because the person who asks for your help is literally Aveline, and she sends a letter effectively saying, fucking Sebastian's a nutcase and attacking Kirkwall, can I get some help, please? And then when you get the results of the mission, it's like, yeah, cool, Aveline rallied the defenders long enough for your guys to get there to fuck him up.
Yeah, because you very definitely do have the word of the Chantry on your side.
Yeah, but also if you go for Cullen's plan, you literally do just send a fucking army.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Leliana is like... Well, Leliana's fucking results are always being cloak and daggery, and they're not always the best.
Yeah, it's... we send an agent to put a needle through his neck, and then that should take care of itself.
Yeah, and then there's a War for Succession in Starkhaven. Great.
Yeah, but that's somewhere else's house.
You're one of those leaders.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, so that's all of the companions, I believe.
Yes, unless we count that one party member we get for 2 seconds in one of the DLCs, which we don't.
Oh, yeah, no.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that today, anyway. That's like chapter 3 shit.
Yeah. From the beginning of Dragon Age 2, what did you think in general, or should we just go to the regular Final 3?
Final 3 is probably a good idea.
Yeah, Final 3 is a good thing. We've done a bit of donutting. So yeah, do you have a favourite moment?
I honestly think Meryl's quest might be my favourite, from learning that Meryl is, and this might just be personal bias shining, and for that I apologise, from learning how easy it is for demons to fuck with shit by just picking someone so naive they've got no idea, to learning a bit more about Flemeth. And by the way, this is the last interaction you have with Flemeth for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't believe she shows up again in Dragon Age 2.
I don't think she does, no.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good one, because like Meryl's quest in general is it stretches far, but this is where you it lays some very good groundwork very early on for it to go worse.
And boy, am I going to shit on her Chapter 2 mission, because it's that fun place we all like to go to in every Dragon Age game.
Oh, yes. The Deep Roads.
No. In case you couldn't pick up what I'm throwing down, audience, I'm talking about the Fade.
The Fade, yeah. Meanwhile, I just will shit on the Deep Roads all the time because I'm sick of them.
That's very fair. Especially, I like the Deep Roads in Dragon Age Origins because it was new at the time, and it was just like, yeah, no, this is fucked. The amount of times you have to just fight random shit. But then you go to Dragon Age 2 and you spend a lot of time in the deep roads that look a lot like just generic caves. And yeah, it's not great. Anyway, I digress. I whiffle waffle. What was your favourite part of the prologue and meeting our party?
It probably was Anders, for similar reasons. It shows you a glimmer of hope of what he could be, and laying groundwork for how things are going to go wrong. Like the fact that you get to see that he has become a possessed abomination while also being a nice guy, but also nice guy in inverted commas. That we don't know how far he's going to fall yet.
Yeah, and let's be honest, we're going to really shit on Anders throughout Dragon Age 2.
Yeah, which is a shame, because like we both liked both Anders and Justice. but Anders and Vengeance together are just both characters worse.
Yeah.
But that said, his interactions with his first fling, and just even without that, the fact that he's running a clandestine clinic just shows that he still has compassion.
I mean, yeah,
and that's a good first impression for people getting into him new, and it's nice as a bookend for or like a picking up point from someone who enjoyed him in Awakening as well.
Absolutely, it's just a shame that his healing specialty did not translate well mechanically to DA2.
Yeah. But yes, that said, we can't always glaze. Do you have a weakest link?
So weak link I'm probably going to bring up again, but we've pretty much seen every single location in the game already.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Everything from this point on, apart from a few unique set pieces, is going to be the same 4 rooms.
Yep, like the times that you leave Kirkwall to go out into the wilds, that's still probably the same map again.
Yeah, and this was a criticism when the game first came out, and I still think it's the biggest flaw of the game, is just how little of the world is actually developed and designed. I know there's a popular fan post that is effectively trying to hand wave this away, where it's like it's meant to be from Varric's perspective telling a story to Cassandra. So what's probably happening is he's just saying, oh, we went in a cave, you've seen a cave before, and that's why everything's so generic and bland. And that's a fun explanation, don't get me wrong, but it's no fucking excuse.
Yeah. I do kind of like that they put it on Cassandra's imagination of, she can't imagine caves very well.
She can imagine the cave, but only the one.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's a very fun explanation. It's just simply not the reason why it happened. It happened because the game was rushed.
Yeah.
And, whatever. It's still a fun game, and it's not the biggest detriment. I'm not even ragging on that. I'm just saying, like, this is the last time we're going to talk about unique environments for some time.
Yeah. I think I'm going to echo that, really, because as much as I wanted to go, oh, man, isn't it shit that you couldn't get both of the Hawk siblings? But nah, it's there to show you the depth of it's there to show you how serious the Darkspawn threat are. So that's by the by. Yeah. So I'm just going to echo yours that the diversity in just everything is like really, really reduced. Like not just the areas, but like a lot of the enemies are very cut and pasty as well.
A lot of the side quests that occur at night are deal with this gang in this zone and do that 3 times because there's 3 zones to look at night time. And it's just, wow, these gangs all look the same, they're just named differently.
Yeah, these ones wear red cloaks.
Cool!
But we like to end on a high note. Do you have an MVP?
I really do think I have to give it to Aveline.
Okay.
Yeah. Like she is a strong character throughout the game, and she's one of the few characters who, no matter how much you butt heads with her, she doesn't just rage quit and fuck off. We'll see it more later on, but from the prologue alone, I love that she has morals. I love that she sticks to her own strict moral code, but she realizes that when your back's against the wall and you have got no other option, she will help you do shady shit for ultimately the greater good, as it were. So she goes along with whatever team you get. Like, she realizes that you're helping her a lot by getting her in as your family. And in exchange for that, she helps you with the job of getting in, which might mean breaking some heads that don't necessarily need to be broken, you know? Bit of moral flexibility on the good character who is still good despite this, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can appreciate that, yeah, totally.
And also I have a hard-on for Aveline. I love her.
True.
But yes, Rick, who's getting your MVP today?
My MVP is actually going to go to Flemeth, because the gang would be dead without her. Like, very, very dead indeed.
Man, I thought my answer was a cop-out, Jesus.
Yeah. Obviously, I also really like the redesign thereof, but it also, as you say, it steers you towards Meryl, so it helps you to round out your gang. But yeah, and the fact that she can still turn into a dragon, even though you may or may not have killed her in the past. And yeah, it sets her up as being important in the future. And yeah, so Flemeth today.
I mean, I can't really fault your logic. Again, it's a bit wishy, but you're basically like, I'm giving the MVP award to Flemeth. Why is that? Because the game wouldn't happen otherwise, and it's like, okay.
Yeah. I mean, by the same token, Varric, but yeah, I think Varric probably has more claim later on.
Well, yeah, because Act 2 wouldn't happen if it wasn't for Varric encouraging you to put money in.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's not even you putting money in, it's Varric putting money in, but getting some help getting the money.
Yeah, true.
Unlike that fucking selfish prick known as Joker in Persona 5, Hawk shares the funds.
He does. I think the only way that Joker shares the funds is by buying shit for your other party members.
Yeah, but it still makes me laugh because it's so true. Where Yusuke, is it Yusuke?
Yeah, Yusuke, who's like legitimately destitute.
Yeah, he's literally like, I can't afford ramen today, and Joker's just like, yeah, that's tough, buddy, while having 1 billion yen in his account.
Yeah.
Why do you need that much money? And it's like, motherfucker, how else will I fuse Sataniel?
Yep. But yes, that's it for today. If you like the episode, you could got the comment section down below on YouTube and Spotify. Tell us what you liked about the beginning of Dragon Age 2. Give us any thoughts about Dragon Age 2 in general. We're going to talk about it more in depth as we go through, but we've obviously had to draw a line in the sand with the beginning characters and the opening. But if you don't have the comment section, you can instead send us an email, which would go to
nonsensereviewuk@gmail.com. I had to try not to laugh because it became very apparent during that explanation that Rick wanted to say, if you don't have the email, which would have been really funny.
Yeah. If you don't have the email, here's the email.
The annoying thing is, as an English sentence, that works.
It is. Yeah, but oh well.
What a silly language we speak.
Yeah, how daft.